next week he's got a special appointment coming up, so we wanted to say a special prayer for him as well. So we'll start with Lord's Prayer as always, a special one for Gary, and we'll go from there. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. All right, here we go. It's going to be an exciting episode. Extremely pleased with the preparation that Smitty did with Michael and Gary ahead of their trip. Michael and Gary are going to SCG Con in Baltimore. They're competing for the $10,000, so we're going to be cheering them on. We've got a good beat on what they're going to be playing, and Smitty's going to have a lot to report on that. Theory also has some new tech for us, so it's an exciting episode. I know Bryn and Lawrence, you guys have been testing. I think everybody is up around Diamond or Mythic these days, midway through the month, going well. Gary, I think he's in the top 800, he said, right now with Boros. So we'll definitely talk about that. Actually, I've got the screen pulled up right now. And Theory actually just chimed in with a new version of kind of a keeper style deck. So we'll pull up our old keeper deck here somewhere, and we will adjust that for the new. Man, it's been a while since we've worked on keeper. A long time. I had to really scroll back. What in the world? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't even have one somehow built. Maybe sometimes I just kind of change decks so much that I sort of change something out of existence. So anyways, we'll pull that up and take a look, get under the hood with Theory as well if we have time on the episode. We'll definitely talk about different bazooka builds because those have been really effective for everybody. So before we get started with that, Smitty, you had a ton of testing this week, working with Gary and working with Michael. Great job, great testing. How did it go?
They mostly handed me my ass, but they also mostly wanted to play against Cavero. So that is.
So what was the matchup they wanted to focus on?
I'm sorry?
What matchup were they trying to focus on?
Oh, they wanted to play Cavero, like Sultai Reanimator.
The Reanimator, the one with the superior Spider-Man?
Yep. So I ran that in the pile form that I had.
Great.
Which I've messed with a lot. And you just in the spaghetti against the wall phase with it. It's super powerful. Like turn 3 kills happen. But it's difficult to play for somebody like me who's like, how does this work?
That's fun. Yeah, for sure.
You can definitely
so this is the basic build out that Michael and Gary have. We got a little bit of renovations going on. That's the banging. Let me see the GoToWebinar here for just 1 second. I'll check the GoToWebinar interface here and see if great we do. Yeah, Jeremy. All right, I'm gonna make him a panelist as well. Okay, so as we look at this build, Smitty, what are these guys trying to do, and what is this deck good at, and what does it struggle with?
The Cavero or the Boros?
Their Boros deck.
Oh, I mean it's probably worse against control, but it's so fast, and especially those guys playing it, they've been pounding on it for so long. They play it really well. As far as its good matchups, I mean it does really well against Vivi. They've added the 4 shocks in. It does really well against the white deck. If the white deck doesn't get off to its like boom like Halia, Channeler, Pride Mate, all their dudes are big. It struggles against big creatures.
Right.
you'll notice that
Yeah, they're playing massive amounts of removal. They're really expecting a creature heavy field. They've got 4, 8,
they took out the
12,
heavy removal, which
13, 14, 15 removal, plus just a little bit more from the Nova Hellkite. So we're really expecting a creature heavy field is what they're thinking.
exactly, yeah. I think that, so there's no more Stormbrood or whatever that big white dragon was. They don't have any like charring bites or any of the like other cards that do 4 or 5 damage. I can't remember the name.
Yeah, we were playing this for quite a while, the bull wave, and again, that was something that we expect to see. It doesn't mean somebody's wrong. It's just metagames really. Yeah, go ahead.
Great for the meta. I'm sorry, I'm talking over you a little bit. I think adding the shocks is great for the current format. I think like you see, you're going to see a lot of control. You're going to see less Vivi, and you're going to see some.
Why do you think we're going to see less Vivi? Do you think it's not quite the monster it was made out to be? Like people could have been kind of playing other decks all along, right?
Yeah. I think that the Cavero decks are not going to do well because I'm seeing literally like 6, 8 different forms of main deck graveyard hate. That was kind of why I was talking about the little white 2/1 guy as possibly
pinch hitting. Survivor. Let me pull him up. You're discussing him, and this is the type of thing that could theoretically go into.
He's just annoying. Like he's not like super powerful, but he can annoy them enough to slow them down so that you just, slam them with the Nemesis and a Hellkite and it's over.
Yeah. So it becomes a 5/4 hexproof creature if he keeps strolling along, if you can keep getting him tapped.
He can also, he's mostly set, I think, set there to harass a lot of decks. Like he can harass Vivi a little bit. He can definitely harass the Reanimator decks. And
right.
I don't know that it's good.
The idea when we say harass is it's not the type of hate or disruption that necessarily fully ends the threat, but it's enough that, I mean, first of all, sometimes it does. Sometimes you're just going to catch the threat and so forth. But the point is that it's enough games out of 10, let's say, a graveyard oriented deck is playing against you. Like those Vivi decks, they really don't want to see it. They don't want you to take their card drawing away, their flashback card. And obviously they don't want you to take away Vivi himself from the graveyard.
A role of like a rest in peace. It's feeling more of a utility role. Kind of like
I played Rest in Peace at the Orlando event, and it was a powerful sideboard against them. And I won my first match. I won a game with it. I would have won the second game. Actually, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to get to. I think we will get to Theory's new deck and give Theory a chance to talk about that. So this deck, right now they've got it particularly tuned. It's basically pre-sideboarded against various types of creature decks that they think that they're going to run into. What are some of those decks? What do you think that they think that they're going to be running into? Of course, the mirror is one thing. This deck is going to do great in any sort of a mirror situation.
I think, I think they're going to see a lot of blue-green as well, which I think it'll fare just fine.
Right, so our style deck, a lot of roids.
I'm sorry, a lot of what?
Will they be seeing like a lot of our style decks or more the what do they call it, Lamago or Imago or whatever?
I think the Simic aggro is going to be like, you're going to see a big uptick. I might be 15% of the decks.
You think 15%, you're saying?
It might be, yeah. I think Vivi's going to be more like 25, 28.
Instead of like, and that's again, instead of like when I went to Orlando, I think it was like 50% of the field or something like that was Vivi. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, great. What are some other decks that you expect to see?
People are going to play the black decks, I guess. I mean, they're Ceciling away out there. rip your hand up. I think Reanimator and like Miley style decks are probably the worst calls for this meta. Because the Reanimators will beat up on the Mileys and everything else will beat up, and the Mileys will just be helping the Reanimators to win. So yeah, let's see, what else do we have?
Model Red, probably still, obviously.
Yeah, that's
A bit.
about all I have on that, I guess.
All right, great, awesome. So, so this is the deck that they ultimately arrived at through a lot of testing. More and more, we're going to make part of our culture. Having some time to test. We'll at some point get around to doing some amount of test games live. I don't know about of course we can't really afford the time for sideboarded matches, but at some point, like I said, we'll do some sort of a test game online. Let's take in honor of them going on to play the tournament. Let's play it. We will go ahead and play a game of ranked pretty highly right now, decently highly, not nothing super. I've been playing so much fun, but the cards aren't. It'll be better when the lands are better. But yeah, I've been playing the Zebra Unicorn. All right, so we'll play Michael and Gary's deck one more time, just a little bit in their honor. So that way when they're watching the show, they know that we were there with them. Just playing a single game ranked here. And we'll see what we wind up with here. Hopefully we wind up with a creature matchup.
Hopefully it won't be Jeskai.
Yeah.
What color? The last guy I played.
This guy's ranked 878, so it should be a good match. Okay, we'll keep. I'll play the Foundry and be done. See what happens. Would love to have a 1-drop, obviously. And what's he got? He paid 2 life. So we're at some sort of a mirror.
Nice.
Stay here. So is there anything special about, maybe we should make him deal with the Razor Ken? I don't think there's anything special about.
You can do that, or you can plot Slick Shot. Plotting Slick Shot might be good as well.
Because it's sort of.
Because next turn you want to play Nemesis for sure.
Yeah, we'll see.
Those guys would know what to do. That's the thing. They know it backwards and forwards.
Yeah, which is great. That's great. All right, Challenger, can only attack with a Challenger, that's fine, we'll take it. Just smash them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's come in, Dan. He could kill us this turn, of course. It's one of the dangers. Let's give the old nervous face.
You can
Signal they can obviously kill us right now.
Where you can play defense with the Nemesis, as they're
right,
gonna
could have played D with the Nemesis.
The helixes and stuff.
Yeah, we'll see if he just killed us here. He kills us. Yeah, see, if I played D with the Nemesis, it would have been radically worse. I really have an answer for this now.
That's actually not a big deal.
Not awesome for him at all. Unless he has some kind of protection. The Shard Mage. No, armor. Oh, this is going to be a disaster turn for him. I mean, he hits us hard, but we hit him back hard.
Yeah, ouch.
Yeah. All right, I get rid of that thing right now, right?
Yeah, you're going to Scoopville.
Oh, I can't kill it. Oh my God, I can't kill it.
No, because the ethereal.
Oh my God.
Gain 7 life too. Like,
all right.
A bit annoying, but.
So we're just screwed, right?
Yeah, you just might scoop them up.
Yeah, scoop it on. All right. Well, what do you do? He's ranked 878 for a reason.
You could draw a shock. And no, you still don't have enough mana. Yeah.
It has a ward of 2, so yeah. All right, good game. Had ethereal armor, it's rough. Okay, of course that's, yeah, it's a one game and so on. And this deck, I'm sure, in a mirror typically wins. Now what I could have done is I could have drawn I guess another Shelter by Ghost if I could have survived long enough.
It might be interesting to take a look at their sideboard real quick.
Yeah. To have a look at the sideboard, obviously, it's very important.
Yeah, I think I helped convince them to run 3 Rest in Peace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got Authority to Consoles. I would have brought that in against that guy for sure. You don't want to see that. Then we got a couple Get Lost, some Rest in Peace, High Noon. They love their Voice of Victory, which I do too.
I think they might.
That's kind of cool. Cool.
I think they probably bring in Sunspine and Authority in the mirror.
Yeah.
And
yeah, Authority. Are you saying Sunspine in the mirror? You definitely wouldn't play Sunspine in the mirror. You play maybe Authority in the mirror, and probably take out.
Oh yeah, that's a never mind.
Yeah, maybe Boros Charm. I think you take out 3 Boros Charm in the mirror probably, and put in your 2 authorities and something else. Probably, maybe even a Split Up or a Get Lost. Maybe Split Up if you're going second or something. I don't really know. Or maybe Get Lost. I don't know. Something.
That was me too. To take credit. I talked
they could have their fourth ghost in the sideboard if they wanted to, but anyways, irregardless, great testing by the guys. I'm really proud of them, and we're going to be rooting them on at the event. So Theory, I want to circle around. You got way ahead of things early on with Bunny Bazooka, and you've really made it your own. And you've also been testing just now with some whatever it was, Jessica. Yeah, the Jessica control deck. Okay, so let's pull up some sort of version of Bunny Bazooka here and see what we got. I have, hopefully I have a version of it up, or haven't entirely. I've built so many different versions of it, but a lot of them are like Merfolk now or whatever.
Okay.
This is a pretty similar version, but this one has them. I was trying with Spider-Man, trying it like kind of more 3 colors or whatever. Anyways, so let's take a look at Theory's new version. So I'm going to get that pulled up, and I'm going to change this deck more into Theory so we can have a look at it. So I'm looking on our WhatsApp chat here, and let's have a look-see here what he came up with. So he had Sirens. Yes, 4 Sirens. He's got Polluters, which I do love. Pollinators, I mean.
Yeah.
These guys right here. No Scouts for this version. We got our Rabbits right here. What's the Japanese card in this picture, Theory? The green.
What's the what? Sorry about that.
What is it?
I missed the question, Mike. Sorry.
Somehow I'm not hearing you.
Okay.
Needs to know what your question is.
Oh, there's a Japanese card on this deck list. It's a one-off, and it's a 1 green casting cost card.
Oh, that's Snakeville, I think it's called. Yeah.
Snakeskin.
Snakeskin, yeah.
Yeah. 1 Snakeskin Veil.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's got elves. He does not have Maws in this version, so let's pop those out. Let's see, no Spider-Mans. Got some Beast Binders. Let's find those.
I think you already have them.
Okay, you're right. Okay, already the Looters. Okay, and then he was trying some talents. So this was that championship deck, right?
Yeah. It was either
So tell us about your experience with this deck. This adds to our our understanding. Super, super valuable for us to know. Of course, we got our 4. These guys, none of these guys. Let's see. Got 2 tie bars. I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Love seeing this guy. Let's see. We got 1 Sorak, so that's fine. We got 4 Roids. Mr. Green, love him. And then let's look at his land. Theory's land. He has some basic forests. So we'll get those going. Got 5 of those. No islands. Wasn't playing white, so he doesn't need those. No starting towns, because not 3 colors. And then we got some verges. Grab some verges. 3, boom.
Yep.
All right, here we go. That is, and we'll call this TBZKA. So this is Theory's latest bazooka deck. All right, and this is pulled from a championship deck. We had a great screen capture from Theory with like a 6,000 or Roid, a 6,000 Roid or something like that. Theory, do you want to go over this deck with us and what you like about it?
Sure. Yeah, like you said, I think this was either an MTGO challenge winner, which they used to have every weekend. Now I think they have it every day. So that was interesting. Because I think a new company bought MTGO, right? Magic, The Gathering Online or stuff like that, which is another computer game that's been around for 20+ years. There's more formats on it too, like there's Modern, stuff like that, Legacy and whatever. And anyways, so this was either a #1 winner, which like Jason said, like there's a lot more blue grain obviously being played. I'm pretty sure people have noticed that. And it's starting to win championships, small tournaments here and there, which is quite cool as well. So it was either a #1 MTGO challenge winner or maybe even an RCQ. I think I saw winners. I'm not sure. Now with that said, I mean, yeah, if I got to ask comments, they can go ahead. But now I've had difficulties playing this deck. Like I know I got a number 13 with another version earlier this month. I know it's because more people are playing it and stuff like that. With Jeskai, I was 7-1, but this one's more a mixed bag. But it's still cool. I think it's just me that needs to learn to play it better. I'm usually more of a control guy, believe it or not. The deck that I'm used to play, because as was said earlier, it really matters. Like if you're experienced with the deck and stuff like that, that I'm realizing, right? Like 2 guys earlier with the Bros, they've been playing for a while, so they're crushing with it. Anyways, now what's cool about this one though is that Tavar is actually a nice, kind of surprising addition. I think it's good against a lot of matchups, including potentially even mono red, which was what I had trouble with this deck before. So you wouldn't think it's good against mono red maybe at first, but because it's indestructible, it really messes with them. Like they can't kit it, it's a blocker and stuff like that, and you have the time to build your board a little bit more. And then obviously when you pump it with the thing there, like cost 5 and creatures control get +X/+X. Just that alone is gonna be a game finisher, obviously. And if you have a Robroid on the board at the same time, it's gonna be doing a decent amount of damage there because you boost that and it's gonna boost everyone. Yeah,
completely.
Yes. Yeah. It's potentially even good. Yeah. It's
because the real new card, I think for us, we've tested with all the other cards in this deck pretty extensively and had pretty much good success with all of them. So none of them are surprised. Innkeeper's Talent was a surprise. I did muse about testing with it, but really never got around to it. What's the science on Innkeeper's Talent? And I noticed that it's not really, the deck's not that optimized for Innkeeper's Talent. So I do wonder, are there more cards that have counters that could make Innkeeper's Talent even more valuable? I don't know. So what was your experience with Innkeeper's Talent? And then after that, I want to get Smitty's notes on this deck and his thoughts.
Well, what it is it's good with Druneth actually, and Orbroid obviously, because we don't have the Mockingbird in this one, so you need kind of
Okay,
the
so this is letting you kind of play some games with Druneth where you're like, you can use him to like cast like 2 Tyvars,
Sure.
or use him to cast like 2 Orbroids.
Exactly.
Is that basically what was happening?
Well, yeah, exactly. And there's something else too, because this version, we don't have the 4 Mockingbirds, which was also enabling Druneth, right? Because it starts as a 1/1, so you want to have 1/1 to get it started. But this one, there's 4 less than the other versions, but at least with the Innkeeper, you can make it a 2/2 right out the gate, and now you can do a 2 Beast Binders or 2 Flood Pits, and then even like a 2 Tavars. With the other version I was playing, there was no 3 drops really to copy. So I did a lot of copying Robroid with this one, maybe not a lot, but way more than the previous version actually, because of Innkeeper stamina. So that was good.
I really noticed that this deck's got so much. I'm really curious if that Azure Beast Binder, does it really hold up its side of things, or did you feel like it was a little bit iffy in the metagame?
I think it kind of does actually. I mean, I feel like I'm not 100% sure. Like I don't have a lot of games played. Like I said,
Like, I imagine, like, for example, casting 2 Beast Binders with Druneth, I don't feel like, haha, I've won the game. I mean, I've won the game many turns later, like that kind of thing. So that was one concern I had.
Yeah, well, what I'm noticing with this one versus the ones I was playing, the one I was playing with number 13 was a very, very fast aggro, right? We had the 3/2 ace right out the gate, and you could copy it quickly. This one is more like mid-rangey, like you build more value a little bit. So it's a little bit different. So because of that, maybe the Beast Binder is doing its thing. I mean, it's good potentially against the mirror actually, because it protects against Robroid, and there's no removal, but it's less explosive. I don't know if it's less explosive actually because of the Tavars and stuff.
Yeah, because this guy does like somewhat control their Roid, right?
Yeah, it's a control-ish. It's more controlly. That version is a little bit more controlly than the other, obviously, with the Tavars and the Beast Binders, and even the Innkeeper. We can put a whatever it's called. They have to pay 1 to target one of our things. I don't remember what the ability is there, but again, like I'm probably 50-50 win right on that, so it's hard for me to. But yeah, well, it did win a championship, so like I said, it's probably I need to learn to play it a little bit better. So it has to be good, obviously, like, because otherwise people wouldn't be crushing with it. MTGO challenges, it's a 32-player challenge too. Like every day, though, so I don't know how competitive it is these days. It used to be every weekend, so the competition might have been a little bit tougher, and they changed it to have one every day. But I think that still has some value, probably, or even an RCQ winners. I'm not sure. Because even when I was number 13 with the other, I noticed that most of the games I was losing was how I played it. Like I was still making mistakes here and there, and then I would have to keep learning it. And this one would have been another round. Now, what massively played in my favor at the beginning of the month to reach the top 13, I guess, was not that many people knew about blue-green yet. So they didn't know what was going on. Was dropping a Druneth and they didn't kill it right away, and then stuff like that. Now not everybody, there's a lot more blue-green, so now there's a little bit more aware of it. Can hear more comments from other people, but what was surprising to me though is like the chess guy. Though I did 7-1 with it, I was surprised because I didn't expect it to do so well. But I only lost 1 game so far. Anyways. There's the Dragon Sniper in the sideboard I'm looking at, which is another. See, it's more controlly though. Like the Dragon Sniper is a 1/1 death touch vigilance. So now you protect your things with it. You can boost it too with the Innkeeper, and then stuff like that. Anyways,
yeah, the Dragon Sniper.
The Dragon Sniper seems odd, right?
It seems odd, but it's probably against mono red. I remember the blue green was up against mono red, so I was trying to find good sideboard cards that I didn't found yet. But I need
I never want to be this guy somehow. Like,
what it's either
man, what a PITA.
It's either like the Dragon Sniper or the Siren, probably like that these sideboard in and out. So like, even the Siren isn't that good either, like realistically. So
yeah, it looks like we got
discovered that last one.
Negates, Heritage. Fine stuff. Okay. So let's take a look at it this way. So yeah, so you're playing with this innkeeper salad. What kind of catches my interest is different ways of using, because like, you know, we have this kind of wireframe or framework where we're going from kind of like maybe elf to Drunith, and then, you know, building up creatures and then casting, you know, Mr. Green, the Roidster. And then there's all different kinds of ways of doing that to kind of refresh people's minds. I went through some of the different types of deck lists. There's so many imaginable, but here's like a merfolk one. And this one's pretty elaborate, right? It's using Dreniths, could have more Dreniths, and then this one's even using Leviathans and all different kinds of merfolk. And that's one way of being effective with this
We're
shell.
not seeing the screen.
In theory, was top 13. It was a different way. Zebu the Great is a totally different, crazy way of doing it with angels and having your shell. We featured this a little bit on the last podcast. So there's different ways of taking advantage of this shell. When we look at the deck that Theory brought up today, and we should pull up, because Smitty was doing a lot of testing with the Spectacular Spider-Man or Superior Spider-Man. But with this deck, we have the Innkeeper's Talent, and that's really a new entry. And it's one of the things I like to do is really take stock, because all of these other cards are cards that we have tested inside of our framework. But the Innkeeper's Talent's a new one, and so it's going to make me curious. Not just, you know, hey, this might even be the best way of using Innkeeper's Talent, but we still might find something that's interesting, that opens our eyes, and it really makes it much more enjoyable and beneficial process. This is how we're so effective, is that I don't, you know, drive past things. So when we see something like this, you know, some of my testing in the next week, going back and forth to Smitty, so forth, is going to shape around Innkeeper's Talent, and re-asking ourselves the question, hey, are there some other cards that can work well with this? Is this some reason it works well with Merfolk or whatever? Probably not Merfolk, but I'm just saying that as an example. Now, one of the things I do tend to do in these Arboroid decks, these Roid decks, these Drenith Jackal decks, is I really like a lot of creatures, because creatures benefit Drenith and benefit the Roidster. So any non-creature card, I'm really going to expect it to really carry its weight. And part of the way it can carry its weight, by the way, is having synergistic cards that work well with it. So I'll be examining this later on this week. I want to spend some time. I don't know if we're going to get to quite on this episode to Theory's deck, because there's a little bit more I'm going to do. But Smitty, can you go through this deck pretty thoroughly, and you have a lot of science on it at this point. You've been working with Cavero / Superior Spider-Man quite a bit.
Yeah. So I can't see your screen right now, but
let me go to screen sharing. Thanks for letting me know that.
Yeah.
Really
if you'll pull up both the Dan version and what I've been playing, it'd be interesting to look at some of the differences. One of the most interesting quandaries.
You'll have to help me navigate that distinction just a little bit. Let me get this pulled up. So first, let me go this way. Let me go like this. Where's the virtual webinar screen? Here we go. Okay. So going back to screen sharing. Right. So this is your version, right, Dan? Or right, Smitty?
That's today's version, yes, sir. So the interesting questions are usually what creatures to play.
Yeah.
And so I'm currently very much in favor of the Terror of the Peaks, as there is.
And Smitty, like one of the things we're talking about here is like, you know, applying law of implication. And Smitty just said something really terrific about what are the questions that he has about this deck. When we're focusing on law of implication, on David Mills' law of implication, we're not running from questions. We're not looking to have memorized smart answers to questions. We're looking to embrace questions and enjoy questions, savor them, and feel like that curiosity can bring us back wins and distinctions and all kinds of benefits. All right, Smitty, please go ahead.
Okay. So we're currently on like 6 elf-ish. The Mole Tenders are really good. The Bitter Triumphs are excellent.
Obviously, so the Moltenders are so good that they're often literally better than anywhere else, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, you must be
as a
saying
whole,
that you
they're
have 4
better than-
Moltenders and 2 Lanorels.
and I've oscillated all over the place on playing different combinations from 4 and 4.
Okay, so you're still very much in flux, but you kind of feel like the number is about 6 and you're trying to figure it out.
And
Great.
so we'll go to the 2 costs. The Lively Dirge is a Dan thing. I
So powerful.
think I'm gonna love it, but I just started playing with it a little bit.
Yeah.
The Dredger's Insight is fantastic, and essentially the Overlord is a 2-coster too. He's fantastic. I think I want to add back in another Cavern of Souls because you're seeing more control. I just lost to one today where he must have went through 10 counter spells, and I ran him through 10 counter spells before he finally got there. And another reason why I like consult.
Caravan of Souls here, which is so fast.
Kiora's even better than she looks in this deck. You know,
Who's that?
I'm sorry?
Who's better than they look?
Kiora, the Rising Tide 3-drop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you draw 2, discard 2, and you oftentimes get the threshold. You don't usually need it, but she's dangerous enough that people want to have to deal with her. But she's a legend, so I've just got 1 for now.
And you have a Steamcore Scholar, that's interesting.
Yeah, a lot of people are playing 3 of them in this deck.
Wow.
I'm not big a fan of that.
How come, like, why would you play that over, like, the enchantment that costs 1 less?
And then Awaken the Honored Dead gives you some.
Why would they play this guy instead of the enchantment that costs 1 less?
I'm sorry?
Why would they play that over the blue and 1 colorless enchantment? The Dragon Storm or whatever it is, where you draw a card.
Sorry, I'm not hearing you very well.
I'm just like, why are they playing? I don't understand why they're playing with Steamcore Scholar.
Instead of.
Well,
I mean, you need some amount of discard outlets for the big monsters that get stuck in your hand. Bitter Triumph is one. Awaken the Dead or whatever that enchantment is, next card down, oftentimes ends up being one. But it also gives you outs against like Rest in Peace that is main deck everywhere. It can force the Lantern, others, and you know it's just in general pretty good in this deck. And then there's the Man. Terror of the Peaks I like because it gives you almost always win right now. You don't have to untap and attack. You just hit them in the face for 80 bazillion.
Well, you don't have to worry about them having a board wipe.
I've thought of having 4 of them. I haven't.
One thing, you don't have to worry about them having a board wipe if you kill them with Terror of the Peaks.
I'm sorry?
I'm saying you don't have to worry about them having a board wipe if you have Terror of the Peaks.
Right. And it's great. It's excellent in the mirror. Some people are playing it, some are not. The mirror is really difficult. You really have to dip and dive and jostle around. This guy is one of the biggest questions, the Mind Twist guy. I've had him in and out of the deck a lot. Excuse me. I like he's kind of one of the main reasons I added the 2 dirges, as if you can get that guy, you know, if you don't completely lock up the game, he does it for you. If you Cavero him into play.
That's really cool, Smitty. Yeah, like it's more of a mirror deck or control-ish deck. This gives you that, you know, David Mill style, amnesia, mind twist, mind warp thing.
I've hardcast him before too, as with Bringer. I've hardcast almost every card in the deck. I could have hardcast Terror of the Peaks before when I had more starting towns, but I kind of ditched theirs. The Man is difficult. I kind of like what I have right now, but it's, you just want to be careful not to get stuck on a verge that doesn't work.
Yeah.
And you also hurt yourself a lot with this mana. So I took some of the hurt out. And yeah, there it is.
Yeah, you have 7 shock lines right now.
You can look at the sideboard too if you want.
Some of it out. All right, so let me save this and exit. I'm going to show you. Dan Burdick also posted a new deck that I wanted to make sure that we covered. Let me get this pulled up. I don't have the cards for it yet, but I changed one of the cards in here. Yeah, he had a different. Oh no, it's back. Okay, great. So
Yeah, his deck's completely different.
This is a classic Dan Gearhult deck. He's doing some cool stuff. What Dan's trying to do is really figure out what can we do with Mox Jasper. And of course, it's a high cost to figure out, how do I get a dragon in play? Dragons typically cost at least 3, and the 3 casting cost ones aren't very good. This is probably the most powerful 3 casting cost dragon is Changeling, the Tauren Mauler. There is a 2 casting cost one that is that I'm thinking about trying. It's also a shapeshifter. It's a little bit of a mana fixer. It's a little 2 casting cost 2/1 creature. So that's a possibility. But anyways, he has a bunch of dragons in the deck, and then interested in this the magnetic health. I mean, that's a real disruptor in this format. But then, yeah, you've got dragons to make that Mox really work and really unlock it. He's got the Gear Hulk to get a bunch of stuff done. He can kill stuff with the Gear Hulk. He can go and get threats with the Gear Hulk. This guy can makes a 5/5 dragon every turn, so long as you have 6 or more land and so on. So it's a pretty cool deck from Dan. I wanted to cover that as well. I'll get around to testing it in some form, almost certainly this week. Great. Let me get some to Lawrence and Bryn each. Haven't had the chance to talk with them too much in the last couple of weeks. Lawrence and or Bryn, either of you guys talk first and about what you want to talk about.
What was that last part, Mike? Talk about what in particular?
Oh, whatever you want to talk about.
I've been playing with Zebu a bit, and yeah, I think you're right about the lands. It's not quite right yet, it seems. I tried playing a little bit with Pollinator to kind of switch things up and make the one who copies the Jackal a bit more reliable, but it's still, at least in my experience, a little bit.
So which version are you playing right now?
Zebu the Great. I think it's the most recent one you have, basically.
Okay, yeah. Tell me whatever science you have on this.
Basically, what I did was switch out the C-Nut Scout for Pollinator, and it makes Drunith a bit more reliable because there's not that much blue in terms of lands. And if you use Multiversal Passage to create a blue, then it only works for Drunith, and it kind of disrupts things a little bit.
Yeah, green-white mana is tough right now.
Yeah.
This deck will really improve with the new set. It gets Temple Garden from the new set, the green-white shockland, and it benefits from the option of playing at least 1 or 2 of the blue-white shocklands. Now, of course, at that point, the deck would have a lot of shocklands, but I suspect it can get around playing it. We'll see. This deck really runs at people. It'd be neat if it had more kind of natural disruption. It gets tiny bit of natural disruption from the Inquisitors, but I do like what Lawrence is saying. I mean, maybe trying to beat people up with Center Scout as much as just getting your stuff out and getting it done and kind of comboing off more. So that's a cool idea. I'll go ahead and make that change to the main deck and I'll test it that way. Nice.
It's been fun too. You also mentioned that Exalted Sunborn. It's missing a trigger potentially. I don't know if it's a arena thing or if it's just part of the rule set. But if you put Sunborn down and then you use Drunith, it doesn't copy the token that's created with Drunith, which is kind of a bummer. Otherwise, it would be that much more powerful.
Arena glitch that they need to fix with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But in real life, it works, and they'll fix it on Arena soon.
Sweet. Okay. Yeah. It's been fun.
All right, I started building sideboard for this, so I'll give everybody an idea, sneak peek on this. You know, Spider-Man. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, Spider-Man would be great for this deck, you know, against anybody with board wipes. Get lost, you know, blue-black or something like that. I think red really can be a problem in this deck. Of course, you can sometimes just shellac red, but you can lose to red too. So Gary loved Authority of Consults in his deck. I thought I'd try one. I got one High Noon, and then this is my only graveyard hate, some Heritage Reclamations. So that's how I'm trying this for the sideboard. It was great notes there, Lawrence. I appreciate that. Bryn, what do you got for us today?
A bunch of cards came in, so happy about that. You were mentioning to get a bunch of the Jekylls, so I don't know, I think I bought like 50 of them. I don't know, something like this.
Oh my gosh, you have a bunch of they're so fun. and that's like 50, but I do think the card's gonna pop. I mean, they're $1 a pop right now, so
Right,
fun.
yeah, so there might be like
But I got some G's before you got in there. That's good. Yeah, I like that the card trade appeals to you. I do want that to be a healthy part of this show. Let me ask you guys something. So Michael Spears is here, and he has a lot of interest in, and we don't have everyone on the show. Normally we have Gary on, sometimes we get Michael. So we have, you know, kind of only part of the show on right now. But Michael has been playing World of Warcraft for years. David and I particularly played Dungeons and Dragons online for about 2 years before we did OMG. We were unquestionably had the #1 and #2 most powerful accounts in that game. Have any of you guys played any MMOs like World of Warcraft?
Yeah, of course I have.
Who's that?
I played World of Warcraft way back though, like when it came out. So that must have been
Way back you did.
yeah,
Jerry,
like
did anybody else?
yeah.
Bryn, did you say yes too?
No experience over here.
So just theory. Okay.
No, I've played New World. It's an MMO. It's not as grand as World of Warcraft, but it's pretty big.
So you played something similar to that. Okay. Well, we might mess around a little bit with some of that. Again, for the store, we're going to want to have a lot of perspective and so forth. Okay, let's do this. I want to watch. I'm so interested in this Theory Bazooka deck that I want to see. I want to see the interactions a little bit and see it play a little bit. I also want to see the new version of Zebu the Great, but let's do this. I want to try Theory's deck. Theory also has a control deck that we'll more look at, but probably more like next week. So this is the deck we're going to pull up here, and we'll play a game of this and see what kind of information we can harvest out of it.
Just want to mention something about World of Warcraft real quick, since somebody's on that likes it. I played during vanilla, so like when the game first came out, and I got High Warlord, which was the #1 PvP guy on the server. So it was kind of competitive at the time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't know how it is these days. They came out with the gladiators, stuff like that, but at the time it was different. My title, High Warlord. People had like farmers and stuff like from Asia, like that's good for me. I did it on my own though, but anyways, it was quite interesting.
Yeah. Sure. Cool. All right, we're up against Scavenger. He's ranked 92. We're ranked 92. Let's see. Oh, well, that's interesting. A whole lot,
that's
right?
interesting, dude, with these things. I'm not sure. Sometimes I would keep it, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it this time.
If they kill the thing though, that's well, we do that. But
he doesn't have one casting cost removal. A little dicey. Didn't know we were playing against black.
it's okay.
Like white. Let's see.
Yeah, that's another thing. People are still playing Dimir.
Okay, good. We got to land here.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
So what do we want to do here? So obviously,
I have options here.
do we just play the a pollinator and then also play the innkeeper's talent?
I would do Can we play both? Yeah, I think we can. Yeah, I might do something like that.
We don't need to
Either that-
disrupt this guy right now, right? He's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal.
Let's do
Yeah.
this. Let's
either
play the
that or-
pollinator.
Maybe even the recruit, because if they try to kill our things, at least they gain a
Well, the
token.
recruit, I really want to kick him up. I want to
Okay, you played
use his
the.
offspring. So let's do this.
Well, that's
Because
fine.
it's going to put time against him.
Mhm.
Put it on him. It just kind of messes with him. Now if we're in a bit of a lull, and pretty soon I can pay for the innkeeper's talent.
Sure.
And that's going to make it so it's got a little bit of a ward. You see?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had to kind of play around it a little bit. You see there?
Mhm.
Ooh. And now we'll do what Theory said. Now we're going to really punish him if he wants to do any more of that.
Yeah. That's probably good, the way you played it, obviously.
Bad turn for him.
And what's cool is we can tap the innkeeper talent, right, to get the mana.
Yeah,
You
like
give it-
the innkeeper's talent so far.
Yeah, you can even tap it though to make the mana with the
maybe I just
pollinator.
thought the pollinator. Just give him a crappy target. I don't know, whatever. Maybe on the side. Whatever. We got the beast binder still, drowner still. Try to get that innkeeper's talent paid for next turn. Take some damage, it's fine. Oh, he's gonna kill our talent, bastard.
Okay. What did he do?
Oh no, it can only kill
Oh,
a creature. Oh, that's terrible. Oh no, it can kill a talent. Dang it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm liking talent.
That's fine.
I'll tell you what, I wasn't happy about him killing her talent. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so we're gonna tie that guy up and start beating this guy up.
Yeah.
But the Lawbringer probably should have had Spirit Link or something like that to make it really good, but whatever.
Couple of things we can draw here to really mess with him. There's obviously the Robroy, there's the Tavar even. I think Tavar would kill him right there because he's not gonna be able to kill it. And it's get
Yeah.
powered up.
All right, this guy's not sure what's going on. He's talking to his friend. What do I do? He's gonna sack a creature at the end of the turn and kill something maybe.
Okay.
Kind of glad I hung this guy out here because he's at the end of his use. Tragic trajectory. Okay.
He's deciding to kill
Now
that.
spread this around a little bit.
He's scared of a 4-drop.
All right. Boosh. Yeah. Let's do it all, right?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Map.
Well, maybe I don't. Maybe I
Map.
don't like. I don't want to use the beast binder.
I think Beastbinder map.
Beast binder map. What do I map on?
I would probably map on the paw patch.
Top.
Well, either that or the Siren. The Beast Binder might be a good one. I'm not sure. Go ahead though with the Paw Patch. You can go with what Smitty said just to see about this. It's gonna be funny.
I'll do pop. All right. Nice. That was a good play. We didn't want to draw that next turn for sure. Okay. Yeah, for two. I think I'm just gonna let him hit me here. I don't really care about that guy right now. Well, he's got 4 cards, which is an alarming amount, but that's okay. At least it's pretty sticky for him to pull his way out of this.
Yeah.
He's got some kind of like pretty major card economy plays here that he can do. Oh, another beast binder, that's nice.
What does that do there?
So let's get this guy under control. He is under control. So cast another beast binder. I see what Theory had the instinct to kind of make the spyglass iron a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Okay, keep this guy on lock. He's 17. He's still, now he should be able to, oh, this is a clue, okay. And that's the one thing about these beast binders, they cost too and they take forever to kill people. But he's definitely under control for now.
They're in they can't be blocked though, so if you have a neurobroid that does
He's
that.
starting to realize that these top hatches are PITA. He's finally dawning on him. He's like, man, these things are a pain in the butt. Because he's already used 2 really good removal to kill our worst creatures.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Yeah, there's just something about Beastbind, but I don't know the answer either. Beastbinder, because obviously, you know, you see how I'm playing Zebu the Great right now. There's just no removal in it at all. I'm just like, oh, whatever. You know? It's a little bit of Spirit Link, but that's about it. I think this guy's tapping out. I think he's got nothing. He's quitting right now. My guess. He's kind of demoralized. He's like, what am I doing? It sucks. Yeah, he quit.
He did, okay.
A little dissatisfying there, buddy. Not satisfying crowd. Well, that's fine. That is probably good for the episode for today. Again, shout out to Michael and to Gary doing great playtesting with Smitty this week. Shout out to Smitty for his playtesting. By the way, I really do like that, Brent, that you're getting into other aspects of the game, learning about it. One of the things you can do is spend a little bit of time talking with Smitty about cards and costs and how we trade them and how it all works. I think you'll really enjoy it. We'll get talking a little bit more about that as episodes continue. All right, great episode today. I appreciate all of you. Terrific preparation leads to terrific shows, and today was a terrific show. Great job, everybody, and we will see you next week. We also will have Gary out of pocket next week as he'll have things going on personally, so we'll be rooting for him there, but we will have the rest of the team here. And let me pull this up and get this done for the day. All right, so let me open this up. Great. All right, I will end that. So great episode, guys. Great job. Appreciate you guys.